session, guys. We are here. We have made it. We are so excited for what is going to be happening tonight. We're going to push everybody inside the lines here. We are excited for what's happening tonight. We are going to have to start with a little update, I think.
Yeah, we need an update
All right.
for the whole day.
Because I know Green Team was winning in the first session, or I guess the first two sessions, but Blue Team really dominated the outdoor game. Am I right? I genuinely have no idea what the score is.
I have no clue what the scores are.
All right, here's the deal. We're going to start with the Blue Team. I don't know who's ahead. I'm not in charge of points. We're going to start with the Blue Team. Blue Team score is 55. Love it. 55,000.
Green Team, do you want to know where we are?
Oh.
Let's go!
It's our year. We gotta keep it up. We gotta keep it going. Guys, it could turn so quickly. There's more opportunities
There's
for
still
points.
2 sessions ahead of us.
Honestly.
2 sessions.
Yeah, there's a ton that you could do, like the first person to bring me a hat. All right, Naomi, step up. Let's do a few more of these. Bring me something.
Are you giving me something?
Yeah. Step up here. Let me think. Chewed gum. That's a Blue Team winner.
Please take this back.
No, you did that to me earlier. We're into that. Do yours.
First person to bring Alex an unchewed piece of gum.
You want this guy?
Alright, I'm ready. Green Team, don't let me down.
All right. First person to high five Naomi from the back row. That's sitting in the back row. That's a Blue Team win. Let's go. Owen. Yeah. Back row, where you at? Nobody move. What a classic back row, you know?
That's a tough start.
All right, I'm ready.
First person to give Alex a bandana. That's the Green Team. Is that a onesie? I love to see it. That's amazing. That is so sick. I appreciate it.
All right, one more.
Thank you.
One more.
That's me.
That's you. Maybe one more. Let's see. First person to bring Naomi their left shoelace. Again. Take it out. No, you got it. Out of your shoe. Left shoelace. Somebody else, let's go. Come on, you got it, come on. Oh, wait. Wait a second, where'd your shoelace go? Wait.
Oh, we got it back there.
Green Team sabotage. Green Team sabotage.
I didn't see anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
She grabbed it.
Nope, I didn't see anything.
All right, one more.
More?
I like one more. All right.
First person to bring Alex their right earring.
Right earring.
Did I get stabbed?
team, we killed that. Alright? We killed that. Let's go, blue team! Alright, are you ready?
I'm so ready.
It's Saturday night. We have something great in store for you. This is the Dr. Seuss rap battle tonight. The Dr. Seuss rap battle. Listen, I'm tough. I'm toughing it out. You were selected for the rap battle. Come on up with your crew. Bring your people. Get up here. Get up here. All right, stay here. Stay here.
Yeah, Corbin!
Who's going first?
All right, let me explain. First, here's what I'm gonna do. Blue team, we're gonna move off to the side. Okay? Give the green team some space. Here's how it works. The band, guys, let's give it up for our band. They've been killing it all weekend. We're gonna move off the stage. So, the band will play live music. You set up your first, your best, your worst, whatever. I don't know what you got.
We only have the best.
I don't know what you got.
You only have the words.
Bring up your contestant with your crew. Do your thing. If you got a song and dance, I don't know what you have. The band will play music for us, and you will do your rap. We'll use Naomi's mic for the green team, and we'll use my mic for the blue team. Guys, we will be respectful. Game recognized game. We'll be respectful while they're on. We may not cheer, but we'll be respectful. And
you can cheer if it's good enough.
If you earn it, you gotta earn it. You do your side, we'll do ours, and we'll keep going back and forth, all right? All right, green team, stage is all yours.
Our ladies.
Let's cheer them on.
The flag.
Uh-oh, green team's off to a bad start.
Great job, Green! You're doing amazing!
Hey, green team, let's hear it for our first team.
Give it up for the green team.
Let's give it up for our first team!
Please clear the stage. The blue team first ones, come on out. Blue team, come on out, let's go.
Whoa!
Guys, let's all go. Come on out. No. Yeah. Come on out, blue team in the middle, ready.
That's his crap.
Sam I am, I am Sam, that's Sam I am, that's Sam I am. Do you like greens and ham? I do not like them, Sam I am, do not like them, green eggs and ham. Would you like them here or there? I would not like them here or there, I would not like them anywhere. I do not like greens, eggs and ham, I do not like them, Sam I am. Would you like them in a house? Would you like them with the mouse? Would you like them in a box? Would you eat them with the box? Not in a box, not with a box, not in a house, not with the
We got some production over here. Come on now, Blue Team, let's go, Blue Team, stand up! Blue Team,
We need some energy, Blue Team! Who was that with the streamer? Bring it!
Left foot, right. Feet in the morning, feet
I think we got it.
oh my goodness. I see all of you. I see you. The stage is all yours, Naomi.
I think I need some of my ladies back up here.
Who has gone?
Naomi can rap. Let's go, give it up for Naomi.
Alex, you can go better.
Good job. My guys, get up here. Get up here. It's our time. It's our time. Get up here. Blue team, stand up. Stand up, blue team. I want you to go nuts. I need my guy with my book. Hey, make sure you don't back up into the musicians. Just stay forward. Hey, this is Kyle. Everybody say thanks, Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle.
He's a guy for our blue team. Let's see it.
Thanks, Kyle.
I thought we were going to be respectful.
No, skip it, John. That's a good book.
There's a walkie in my pocket. 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 Walkie in my pocket. There's a walkie in my pocket. There's a walkie in my pocket. Walkie in my pocket. Did you ever have the feeling there's a whiskey in your basket, or a new in your boot, or a wallet in your closet? There's a journey in the curtain. Sometimes I have the feeling there's a spot in the block. And that's up on the shelf. I have got to hit myself. So that's up on the shelf. I have got to hit myself. There's a hot I'm gonna put the this is off the dome. I might have to freestyle. It is what I'm out here with the homies. You guys that you know me, I got blue team on me. We are better than Naomi. Let's go, blue team! Let me hear you, blue team! I love it. All right, everybody grab a seat, head back there. All right, we have one last Taskmaster video for you, so take a look at the screen.
Done an incredible job. If the competition was draw something that would haunt you in your nightmares. Just really bad. I mean, really, just bad.
Are you speaking to me?
Mostly to you, Brandon.
Well, as Brandon Holmes, I will say, I was going for like an alien version of myself with the melty face, and I think I achieved that. I did.
That's good, Brandon. Well, here's what I want to do. If the guys can put the first one up, we're going to have a look at each of the pictures. And my question for you, obviously art. Art, as we know, is about expressing ourselves, expressing our deep emotions, and it's an expression of who we are. So I'd like for each of you to walk us through what you were expressing at more of an emotional level about yourself in these portraits.
Well, as Brandon Holmes, I first tried to express that the gravity of my man bun and how important that is, that it's the same size as my head in the picture. So, you know, it's equal. And then I ended it with the sun shining on me because I am favored by God. So I just wanted to...
And humble. Next one.
The question is, what am I expressing? I think it's very obvious I'm expressing the queen that I am.
There's just so much humility on the stage tonight.
I agree. Yes. Humility, loyalty.
I did like your blending efforts.
Thank you.
I mean, that was interesting.
Cake mixing, you know.
Okay. Next one.
My materials.
All right. Next one. This one is quite ghostly. You're like, I'm glad there's no children in the audience tonight because I think they wouldn't sleep well.
You know, as someone who sees the sun and burns, I feel like that's an accurate depiction of myself. But also, if any of you have seen the beautiful portrait I drew of myself in the CSM conference room, I feel like there's a boys group in here that has to look at it every Wednesday.
Yep.
There it is. I feel like this is better. Is it not?
Nope. Nope.
That was a quick answer. No.
So I was trying to do better, but I guess I didn't. So.
Are you pleased? Your lips is what stands out to me on this picture. Like, they really kind of impress it. Like, I don't know if I'll be able to look at you ever again without seeing this.
That looks to me more like she's going...
It's like the Naomi Duck.
Finger painting is really hard. These are the things we do for you, okay? I just want to point that out. This is what we do. I couldn't get rid of the barbecue. I was not given a napkin. So.
Okay. All right. Next one. There's a lot in there. A lot of depth. Alex, walk us through it.
Honestly, these guys are so much better than I am. They deserve it. They've done a much better job. Their pictures.
I think this is pandering.
Get up here, and just own this as, you know, the best piece of artwork out there. I'm far too humble to do that.
The yellow, you know, like the goatee kind of ran on you a little bit.
I'm hoping to grow it out. This is just step one.
This is a picture from the future.
Peach blonde version of goatee Alex.
Alex, how about this?
Different mustache Alex. That was a phase. We worked through it. We worked through it.
I have one more thing just to show you guys. This is a short little clip, and then we're gonna need your help to judge these. Can we roll that clip?
All right.
But you didn't. There were brushes underneath the cloth.
I think it's clear I didn't need them.
All right, we got to pick a winner, and tonight I want to do it, rather than me judging, I want to get all of you involved as well. So we're going to go down the line. We're going to start with Naomi, and by applause, by ruckus, by cheering, and by shouting, we will determine who is our winner of this competition. So, beginning with Naomi. Let's give it up for Naomi if you think she was the best. This is a very split audience. I'm already feeling it. Next up is Danny. Brandon. And last but not least, Alex.
I think we're gonna go with. We get through fourth, right? Fourth verse.
Yep.
I think we're gonna have to go Naomi, and then we'll go Brandon, Danny, Alex.
Thank you.
Thank you all for participating in
that was great.
Taskmaster.
All right, as we've done every session, what I need you to do is go ahead and stand up. And I want to do a little like echo back. So I'm going to do something and then you're going to do it back. Are you ready? Da 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 da. No, you mean like that? That was almost as bad as the paintings we just looked at. One more try. Da 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 da. All right. We ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it again. Yeah, let's do it again. Da 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 da.
We went on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was like.
I don't care what they say, cause I'll never be ashamed of. Love is 80 or 80, the type is never fading. So down, throw up your hands if you know where call them. On the Friday, waiting, you will wait on the Jesus. Go to your bed.
We can surrender all to the Lord. My favorite line is, every fear I lay at your feet. It's not saying I don't fear anything. It's not saying I shouldn't fear anything. It's saying I don't need to fear anything because you are with me. We can lay it at his feet. And we can turn away from fear, from anything that is weighing on us, any burden we are carrying, and move in the direction, in fact, we can run towards the Father. That's what we sang about this morning. And we're going to continue to sing that. And as I said this morning, we want that to be true of us. We want the words that we sing to be true of us. And if they're not, we just ask you to talk to God about that as we sing these words. We ask you to go to him.
Thank you. What little I have, right? Let me tell you a story. When was the first time? Has anyone here never ridden on a plane? Raise your hand. Several folks. I was 22 years old. It was the first time. It was the first time that I rode on a plane. And here's the deal. I didn't know. I don't know how many of you are just used to you just ride on planes a lot. So I didn't know anything about it, and so we were in JFK. Was going over to Switzerland, and we weren't dating. It was one of those in between. What do you call it when you're like friend?
Talking.
It's talking. So no, it was more than talking. What's more than talking but less than dating? Talking.
Love interest.
All right, I was talking. I was legitimately talking. I was a talker with Allison, and first time I was ever on a plane, I was wanting to talk with her, and I knew that the plane ride was like 9 hours. The problem was, I wasn't seated next to her.
Oh darn.
I was sitting next to Kenny Axelson. I mean, why? Who cares about Kenny? He was a good friend of mine, but I didn't want to sit next to Kenny. I wanted to sit next to Allison. I wanted to sit next to the one I was talking with. Did I say that right? I was talking with her.
Incorrect.
Right? And I had it. I had it. We weren't dating. I was just talking. But I thought Kenny was sitting next to Allison. He had a chance to talk with her for 9 hours, and I didn't want him to be talking with her. Does that make sense? I wanted to talk with her.
That's when was in your career.
Because that's before dating. And so Kenny, I said, Kenny, and I didn't know if I was going to get in trouble or be kicked off the plane. I said, Kenny, can I sit where you sit? You just sit where I sit. And I didn't know I thought I was, breaking the rules. And I did this before the plane took off. And I thought, they're going to kick me off. They're going to kick me off this plane. We sat on the tarmac for 2 hours. I thought that's what you did on the plane. But I was sitting next to Allison. Guess what I was doing?
Talking.
I was talking with her. Because I wanted to talk with her I wanted to get to know her. I wanted to have the right seat. I wanted to have the right chair. I wanted to be sitting in the right seat. It's like when you're in high school, maybe you're 15. How many people are 15? Or the 18? Like, if you are a guy and you want to get into a talking relationship, I don't know if I'm saying that right, with a girl, and you're right-handed, you write with your right hand, and this girl sits on your right side, you would rather be over here, because when you write naturally, she can see your baby blue eyes, or your brown eyes, she can see your muscles, right? So you don't want to be over here because she has no clue that you exist. You're writing this way, she's over here, she doesn't even know you exist. You need to be, and you don't want to be back up in front of her, because you're a creeper. You don't want to be behind her, because you want to talk with her. It's important that you find the right chair, right? And tonight, in that same vein, I want you to have confidence to take a seat in the right chair. I'm gonna do this. Okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain every one of these chairs. And tonight, I promise you're going to find out where you sit. Tonight you came in here and you were sitting in one of these chairs. And my hope is that you'll leave choosing the right chair. Okay? The chair number one, I'm going to call this person that sits in this chair a committed, like a normal Christian, a committed Christian, a faithful Christian. thick and thin, whether it's hard, they want to know. They want to know God. They want to make Him known. They want to know everything it is. They want to know what it's like to sit in this chair, and they're all in. It's like faith, right? They don't sit like this in this chair. Like if you pull the chair out, I'm fine. They sit like this in this chair. I'm all in with you, God. I want to follow you no matter what. Even if my friends don't, I'm following you. The person who sits in this chair is a committed Christian. Let me read a few other things about who they are, okay? They know their purpose in life. They know why they're on this planet. They know why they're alive. They live with passion to see it fulfilled. They spend their entire life in the pursuit of honoring God in all they say and do and think. They believe that time spent alone with God is some of the best time of their day. They run to the Bible. They keep streaks alive. They don't want to miss a day meeting with God. They see a natural overflow of that time and their relationship as their ministry. They realize, I've got to have more of God because I want to spread God. And I want to have a well to spread from. I don't want to have just a trickle. I want as much as I can. They're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but when they do sin and they know it hurts the heart of God and they confess quickly. Some people that sit in this chair, my friend Julie Workman sat in this chair. I was a freshman in college and she was a senior. And I got to know Julie. She taught herself how to play the guitar. We went to a school and she taught herself how to play the guitar with a piece of wood, because she measured out the frets and the strings, and she taught herself how to play the guitar on a piece of wood because our FCA at Guilford College needed a worship leader. I was smitten with this girl, and so we went and talked. I talked with her, and I taught her how to spit. She didn't know how to spit. When she spit, it kind of rolled down her chin. And I was like, I'm not going to talk with a girl that doesn't know how to spit. I'm not saying that Allison knows how to spit or not, but Julie, she got colon cancer. She was, I think she was 22 years old, and I was 18. And she had colon cancer. And when I was 18, I would still travel and speak to high school groups because I was the SCA leader, and I would speak. And Julie and I would go, and she would share her testimony. Everyone knew her. Her cancer was well known, and it was terminal. And she had this long hair, and one of these times on a Sunday morning when we'd go to youth group, she came and she had her hair completely cut off. All of it cut off. I was like, what? Why did you cut your hair off? She said, well, I didn't want people to be distracted by my hair. I wanted them to hear every word I had to say. I thought, as an 18-year-old kid, I was like, wow. That really, really impressed me. I was really impressed. What really impressed me was what she said when she would talk with raw emotion and raw commitment. She'd say, you know, I really want to be married and know a guy. She goes, I'm a virgin. She would tell the students, I'm a virgin, and I'm going to be a virgin when I die. And I just want to give that to Jesus. Let me tell you, that was a pretty powerful, when she talked, it was pretty powerful. She set the turning point. I think Dave Ross sits here.
Yeah, Dave.
Yep.
Yeah, Dave.
Yeah, Dave. Dave.
So Dave, I remember meeting Dave. His heart was in a rocky place, and he started dating Megan, and he talked to Megan. He was talking to her, and that talking turned to dating, turned to Mira. Not dating. Let me tell you something. Dave and Megan were in my house at 11, I don't remember my address, on Louise Avenue in Grandview Heights. They were sitting in my house, and Dave said this. He was going to LBC to be a counselor, which is a great profession. I think he has a counseling heart, a shepherd's heart, a pastor's heart. I said, nah, you're not a counselor. You are a worship leader. And he says, no, that's what I love to do. Counseling, I feel like it should be what I need to do. I said, you're going to counsel and you're going to minister to thousands, Dave. I've never seen a heart like for worship. Dave Ross sits in his chair. He chose to follow a path that he wasn't sure of. William Brown sits in this chair, a really good friend of mine who chose to take his family to North Africa and Tunisia, raise his family in Tunisia to reach Muslims for Jesus. I want to show a quick video about how you can be involved in sitting in this chair. Watch this video. They would sit on the throne of their heart, not Jesus. They choose their schedule. They know they want. They're Christian, okay? But there's something about their Christianity that's really focused on themselves, their motivations. They're desperate seeking of like predictable, safe, soft, easy, predictable from birth to death. They're okay doing the Christian church thing, but do not. I don't know if I want to be challenged. Let me read some of the things about chair number 2. They're almost, sometimes they're unchallenged, they're self-centered. They look at chair number 1. They look at chair number 1 and they say, well, chair number 1, that's just they're just a super Christian. I don't think I can be that. Or they say, they're just radical. And instead of pouring gas on chair number 1, they pour water because they just want, it's like a bucket of crabs. You don't need to put a lid on a bucket of crabs. They just kind of drag people down. They don't want anybody to be like out there for Jesus. And they make sure that everybody is just like them around them. A couple other things about chair number 2. They don't give people the license to love Jesus. In this spiritual battle we fight daily, they commit friendly fire and shoot at their own brothers and sisters. They know tons about the Bible and Christianity and doing Christian things, but they struggle with losing their first love. They don't have much to do with normal spiritual things, but they show up at church. They're folks who don't know how to feed themselves, making the excuse, I need fed over the long haul. Pastor, feed me. Parents sit in chair number 2. They have this, and adults, that's why they have this contract. I will pay you for you to take care of my family. And they put money into the offering plate as this contract with the pastoral staff. They're folks who say, yes, I believe in evangelism, and it's critical to the overall life of the church. But when asked how many times they shared the gospel in this past week, they would say, it's been a busy week. How about the past month? I've got other things that I haven't scheduled. How about the past half year? How about this past year? That's important. Guess what their favorite verse is? Maybe the only verse they know.
2
John
Timothy.
3:16. Or better, judge not lest you be judged. They have this overcoat. They have a coat that they put on at school. And when they see their Christian friends, they open it up and have this Christian t-shirt. And they're good with the Christian friends, and it's like this connection with the Christian friends. When they're with their non-Christian friends, they cover their Christianity. And they blend in. I call them overcoat Christians. Instead of just being who you are, just being authentic. Hey, I follow Jesus. They want to kind of hide that. I had a friend in college. His name was James, and we had to come 2 weeks or 3 weeks early for football, and he was there. We were both freshmen. I love Jesus, and I wanted everyone to know Jesus. But it doesn't make me any special. I just played my role. I wanted to play my role. I did my bit part. And I asked James, I said, James, do you want to read the Bible together? You want to have Bible study? He goes, I left my Bible at home. And I said, James, you left your Bible? He said he was a follower of Jesus. And he went to college, probably one of the most significant transitions in someone's life. And he leaves his Bible at home. And this is not a day when we had Bibles on our phones. He literally left his Bible, and he was friends with everybody who was popular on the team. I was the one who, people were coming to Christ, but it was a struggle because, I lived here, and I said, hey, I want to have Bible study with people. James hung out with all these people, and not once did he ever talk about the Bible. Not once. He sat in his chair. I don't know if he loved God. I think he knew God. I think he knew about God. I'm not sure where his heart was. Chair number one. What's the name of chair number one? A committed Christian. Chair number two is a carnal Christian. Okay, we're going to go to chair number 4. Chair 4. This is what I think the Bible calls this person. I call them lost. The Bible calls them lost. We're all blind and lost. We don't have a connection with God. Our sin has separated us, and we sit in this chair. Every one of us. You may be here tonight, and you sit in this chair, and here's the deal. Every one of you that are here, and you may be in this chair, there's two kinds of people that sit in this chair. There's interested, lost people. There are people that are interested and they're spiritually seeking. You know that Muslims, we always ask the question, are you seeking the truth? We ask the question to my Afghan friends and my Arab friends, are you seeking? Are you having dreams about Jesus? These people that sit in this chair right now, maybe in this room, maybe some of your friends, they're sitting in this chair and they're interested. You know why? Because they're watching the lifestyle of chair number 1. They watch the lifestyle and they realize the same storms that I'm going through, the same issues, the same struggles. We go to the same class, we play on the same sports teams, and all of life is giving them the same kind of crud, but this person here seems to be able to handle it a little bit differently than them. And they're intrigued. They're like, the person says, you want to come to a small group with me? They say, yes. Do you want to come to the winners? Yes. Do you want to come to this gathering? We're having a game night with some of my friends. Yes. And what happens is this. Chair number 2 comes along, living like hell, like a hypocrite, and they see this and they say, I'm a Christian. And what happens is, it turns them off. Because this person used their license of grace, and they did not honor Jesus. All along, this person is praying for them. And he comes along. person here who sits in church, the church is full of hypocrites. That makes sense. Yeah, the church is full. That's what the hypocrites should know. That's what happens. The church is full of hypocrites. You look at chair number 1, and they're impressed. You look at chair number 2, and they're unimpressed. Chair number 2 has no idea that they're turning people off. Why? Because they're only looking at themselves. How do you reach someone who's interested, potentially seeking, who's sitting in this chair? I will tell you this right now. If you learn their story, you go out to lunch with them, you hang out with them, you share your story, you share God's story, and you invite them to the feet of Jesus. It's as simple as that. You learn their story, you share your story, you share God's story, and you invite them to, over a period of time. There's a scale called the Engel scale that says from 0 to 10, 0 being total antichrist, 10 being the first time that people made profession of faith. People were on a spiritual journey. We used to say when we would go on mission trips, if you could just have someone go from a 0 to a 0.5, that's a huge success. So we need to learn a lot of stories. And we've got to be hanging out with, and sometimes I've heard it said that it takes 13 times for a Western mindset to hear the gospel before someone says, yeah, I want to follow. It takes 99 times for a Muslim. You may know Muslims in your school. I encourage you to get to know their story. You share your story. Invite them to your Christian programs. Go, Ramadan's coming up in April, and actually get engaged with them. And because no one else, everyone's afraid of them. But Christians should not be. They're our cousins. There's a disinterested kind of lost person too. They're not here. They're disinterested. I remember a guy named Al when I was in college. I just remember Al because he was the one who gave out the towels and the basketball at the student center. You had to give your student ID. Anybody here go to college and you had to give your student ID and you could get like a racquetball racket. Al was this guy. He had this shirt, mega metallic depth with a gunshot hole and blood coming down. And I think that the figure was eating a crow or something like that.
Interesting.
And you know what he said to me? Because I said, Al, why? He says, I'm a Satanist. I said, why are you a Satanist? He goes, Greg, why are you a Christian? I bet you're a Christian because your parents are a Christian. I said, no. I think my parents think Christianity is a fad. I'm going to get over it. Al said, I said, Al, would you read my Bible? If I gave you my Bible, would you read it? He says, only if you read my Bible. I said, what is your Bible, Al? And he pulled it out. It's a satanic Bible. I said, ugh. Seriously? Al, you're messed up, dude. He really thought he was good. Look, how do we reach people who are disinterested in Jesus? You get to know their story. Hang out with them. Share your story, share God's story over a period of time. How do we know that if they hang out with us, they might be interested and they'll see what's going on here and they'll say, I want to give my life to Jesus. Chair number 1 is, what's chair number 1? Committed Christian, right? Very simple. Listen, a lot of committed Christians in this room. I love it. Love it. It's wonderful. Person who sits in chair number 2 is what?
Carnal.
Carnal Christian. Here's the deal. It's a battle. I love the song that we just sang. I can't get through without crying. I wish they would have about 10 more again. Again, and again, and again, and again. Because that's my life. That's my testimony. This is my battle. This is Paul in Romans 7. This is the battle. The person who sits in chair number 4 is what? Lost. two kinds. There's the interested in this. Do you understand there's a difference between interest? Some people are seeking. We just got to throw a net out. We got to share our story, share God's story. If you're interested in learning how to share your story and God's story, I'm going to work with Alex and Scott and others, and I'm going to do a Zoom. You guys know what Zoom is?
Yes. We endured it for a whole year and a half.
Oh, I'm kidding. But I'm going to do a Zoom. I'm going to be in Houston, and we're going to set a time for 1.5 hours. And I'm going to, whoever wants to, it's not mandatory, I'm going to teach you why you should share the gospel and make disciples, who you should talk to, what you should say, and when you should do it. 1.5 hours to equip you so that you can reach more people who are in trying to reform. Is that a deal? We'll talk about that probably tomorrow. All right, is that it?
No, it's training on your own chair.
This one here. This is the fearful one here. This person who sits in this chair number 3, okay, committed Christian, carnal, lost. The person who sits in this chair, and there might be people here tonight that sit in this chair. They think, I'm a Christian. They think they're a Christian, but maybe they're not. And that's a scary thing. If they died tonight, they would hear from Jesus, I never knew you. If they think they're a Christian, and they have said a prayer, said some words, may have been done. They believe, you ask them, I ask people to call them when they go to restaurants, I ask one question, God will take you to lunch. And he asked you, why would I let you into my heaven? What would you say? This person here, although they go to church, would say, oh, I really try to do good. I'm doing my best. God's a loving God. He's going to have to, will my good works outweigh my bad works? There's another litmus test. The person that sits in this chair, they know when they blow it, they know it. It hurts. The person that sits in this chair, they don't. Like, yeah, I blew it. But it's no big deal. No big deal at all. And there's not a conviction. The Bible says that the Holy Spirit has come to convict the world of sin and righteousness. This person is unconvictable. And yet they come to church. I think it's because they love the community and they love the friendships and they need it and they understand. We're wired for that. We're wired to need and long for community. That's what we want. So they sit here thinking that they're a Christian. They come to winter retreats and they are in our small groups, but they don't understand the gospel. Here is my concern. Do you see anything interesting about these chairs? This one looks different. It's hard. It's very difficult. It's simple, although we got it from the cafe, whatever. You guys are familiar with this. It's simple. It's hard to sit in. It's not comfortable. It looks different. This one looks different than all the other ones. Now you've got these two that look very, very similar. And I'm like trying to find the difference. It looks really, really similar. This one here is going, they made a profession of faith and was a hard decision. This person doesn't have a heart. There's no conviction of sin. They just are here because, the parents make them, or I just need a friend. I don't want to know Jesus. I'm okay. This is my concern. Are you ready? Oh, watch out.
Don't hit the guitar.
Oh dear. here.
Musical chairs.
Did you see now? Oh, which one? Maybe this one's 2. Maybe this one's 3. Did you see? Did you see which one is which? Here. So, this is my burden for the church in North America. This is my burden for you tonight. That you would be willing to just rest where you're at. And just be like, oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm okay. Tasting and seeing what retreats provide. The joy and the worship expression. Why wouldn't you just say, tonight I want to make it clear. I want to sit in chair number 1. Why wouldn't you? And say, God, the answer is yes. What's the question? The answer is yes. What's the question? The answer is, I will follow you wherever you lead me, whatever college. My degree is your degree. My life is your life. I want to know you, and I want to make it clear. I want my confession to be clear to my friends at school, to my family, to my mom and dad, to my silly sister, brother, younger. I want to love them. I want my life to have an upward trajectory for the God's greatest glory. Why wouldn't you? So tonight, I want you to have conversations. If you're in chair number 4 tonight, and you're wondering, I want to make sure what I want you to do while the song starts. I want you to find your leader. I want you to say, hey, can we have a conversation? Because just saying, hey, I want to be in church 1 doesn't mean, I want you to have a conversation. They're here because they love you and they want to see some of your questions answered. We're going to say to go on the outside. Maybe you could go over here, find your leader. See, what's happened is you have been walking your life and you have been walking away from God. And now God is saying, come on home, come right after me. And what you say is, God, I want to follow after you as much as I know of you. I want to surrender. I want to trust and believe. I know I'm broken. I know sin has caused separation between me and you. But as much as I know of the Father's heart, having seen my friends, having experienced something that I don't understand, I surrender. I want to surrender. I want to learn to surrender. If that's your heart, and you want to have a conversation with a leader, when this song starts, I want you to go find that leader. Just have a conversation. Simple. If you're in chair number 3 tonight and you're just not sure, you think maybe, yeah, I maybe am, yes, I want to be, but I'm just not sure. And there's a lot of confusion sometimes. We have an enemy that doesn't want us to have clarity with Christianity and our commitment. See, what's happened is, it's interesting because you're like, you've gone this way, but it's like this. This is your life. It's like, I think. So I'm asking you, would you consider pursuing the one that's pursuing you? Pursue the one that's running after you. And say to God tonight, look, I want to make it clear between me and you. And if you need a leader to do that, grab a leader. When the song is played, find them. Hey, can we have a conversation about this? I promise you they're not going to judge you. Remember, I was 15, and my heart was pounding like a timpani drum. I just jumped over. I was like, I need to know more. If you want to be sure tonight, just find your leader and talk to him while the song is being played. Can we pray? We're going to sing a song of reflection. We're going to stay seated in this song. And as the song starts, I want you, you're in 4, 3, have a friend and bring them and have them come with you to talk with a leader. You're not alone. You'll never be alone. God is pursuing you. Lord, would you bring clarity to the situation right now? As we sing this song, use the words and the rhythm and the melody to come and arrest our hearts. Cause those who are 4, 3 to take that step tonight to be clear, to understand with you. If we have been unclear in our communication, our instruction, please make up for what we lack. You know our hearts. You know that we love these students. We love them dearly. We wouldn't be here. We want them to make this decision. We want you to move in their hearts. Please do that, Lord, right now. In Jesus' name, amen.
It's my reality. He is home, and I am under. I'm feasting with the King who left his throne for me. Thrown upon my praises and clothed in majesty. He is holy, and I am
Time to sit in the right chair again and again and again and again. I just want you to make that decision and say yes to Jesus. If you're sitting in chair number 2, this is the battle. This is the Christian life. Things that we know that we should do, we don't do them consistently, but we really want to. And I don't have to guilt you, because if the Holy Spirit lives in you, you really want this. This is true of you. Your camera's gonna die. We're going to talk about this tomorrow. I'm so excited about tomorrow's message. And who you are is not the person that's sitting in this chair. I don't ever have to say, come on, guys. Here's the deal. And maybe you've done this, but you want to be in chair number 1. You came in here, chair number 2.
You are the reason for life, the air inside my lungs. You've taken hold of my heart, and there's no doubting that your love is unexplainable, phenomenal. And where your grace has done is nothing but a miracle. So tell me, how could I ever turn away from you when you've always been the way, the life, and the truth? You've given me a new, true reality, living for the one who set me free. You've given me a vision better than a dream. You ain't gotta wake me up, it's not a fantasy. My friends keep saying I've changed, I'm acting different now. They wanna know what I know, they want the truth, and so I told them, if you're free on Friday, come to you with me. Leave your past right at the door, and you'll never be alone. Give me a new, true reality, living for the one who set me free. You've given me a vision better than a dream. You ain't gotta wake me up at all. You turned my life right upside down. You set my feet on higher ground. Now I'll never be the same. It's not a phase.
I'll never be the same. My heart's forever changed. I know the old me is over and buried in the grave. I don't care what they say, cause I'll never be ashamed of His love that saved me. 180, that love that's never fading. So